What's up, YouTube? I'm back with a video that was requested by several people and is long overdue, really. It's the wear and tear of my Chanel boy bag. I want to start, though, by telling everyone how I store it. This is the original box that it came in. I don't store it in here. I kind of have the box on display, and I keep the bag in the dust bag upright, sitting on a shelf. And how I keep it is the way Chanel stored it when I brought it in for repair. And this is how they packaged it and kept it. So if they're doing it this way, I'm assuming that's the way we should all be storing our bags. So I just have the chain tucked underneath and the leather part is pulled through like that. So that's how I store it. Oh, I also store it stuffed to keep it shaped with bubble wrap. So as far as wear and tear goes on this, in general, it's held up really nicely. It's made, excuse me, it's made of calfskin. So it's not, it's not as delicate as lamb and it's not as durable as caviar. Now this part right here is pretty durable. There is a scratch on it that I noticed. Nobody would ever, I don't even think you can see it. But this part of the leather is pretty durable. What's very delicate actually is this outside part. Now, I don't know if this is calfskin. It almost feels like lambskin, but I don't know. It's a lot more delicate than this part. It's softer. It almost has like a suede-like texture. It's hard to explain. I did buy this bag pre-loved. It was purchased, I have the original receipt here. This is a 14C, so it was a cruise collection from 2014, but it was purchased October 31st, 2013, according to the original receipt here, which is faded. And it retailed, you guys are gonna love this one. It retailed for $3,900, and this is the old medium size. I believe right now they retail for $4,900. So, 2.5 years later, it costs $1,000 more to purchase this bag brand new. So when I got it, it was in like new condition. There were very minor surface like scratches or scuffs, which were easily rubbed out with some leather conditioner or like an oily finger or something. I took this bag in to repair. I noticed a few months ago, all of a sudden this, I think I did a video on it. This, I don't even know what this is called. It started pulling away from the leather and there was like a space in between the leather and here. And I took it in for repair. They told me 4 to 6 weeks. I got it in 3 weeks. As good as new. Didn't cost me a thing. I find that this bag has held up. I've used it quite a bit. It's one of my favorite bags, if not my favorite bag. But I have used it a lot. And I am very careful with my bags, I have to say. If I'm on the subway, I kind of put my arm over it so people can't bump into it. I have taken it out. I've used it quite a bit, but not a ton, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I've used it a lot, but I don't use it in instances where a lot of people are going to be bumping into it or it can get damaged or whatever. So I'm careful with it. Overall, it still looks great. There are some minor signs of rubbing on the corners. Very minor. In fact, I'm having a hard time seeing them. I don't even think you're going to be able to see anything on camera. It would only be tiny little spots on the corners here. And that is unavoidable. I did have a scratch. I can't even find it anymore. I had a scratch somewhere on the front, but the good thing about this bag is I use this apple leather conditioner to buff out scratches and scuffs, and just every once in a while I'll condition the whole thing, and it will almost completely remove any scratches or scuffs that I've had. There used to be some rubbing here from, like, I'm assuming grabbing the clasp. As soon as I put leather conditioner on it, it's like it rehydrated it, and the scuffs disappeared. It's very, very minor. You know, like I said, you're not gonna be able to see it in the camera, but there's like the tiniest little spots of like rubbing. That it doesn't bother me because you can't see it, and it's gonna happen if you use your bag. I don't know what this is, some red stuff here that I must have set it down. But so that's what I noticed, is that this part here holds up very, very well. It's very hard to scratch this. I do have one scratch right here, which I don't think you can see at all. You can't see it unless you're really looking for it. And then again, it blends in with the natural marks of the leather. The back, same thing. There's no signs of wear on this part at all. I conditioned it several times. I think it still looks amazing. There's no major scratches on this part. And the sides are the same, bottom, all this. It's held up really well. Like I said, the only signs of wear that you'll see when you look really closely are on like these little corners, but they still look really good. So nobody would ever notice it. And like I said, if it gets really bad, I take the leather conditioner, buff it out, and it's good for a while. The only place that you can see signs of wear, which is unavoidable, is on the inside here. Now, I've seen on some other people's reviews, after they've had their bag for a while, everyone gets these kind of like wrinklings in here. See that major one right there? It's unavoidable. And in here, you do see some scratching. I think you can see it pretty good there. Now, that's unavoidable. I don't care. It's on the inside. It's not that bad. This part has remained pretty scuff-free. So what I do is, and I'll show you, shake up the conditioner, put a dab like that on, and you don't like apply it directly, kind of like press it out, evenly distribute it. And then just go right along, rub it in, and be generous with this conditioner. If you have a dry apartment, in the winter, I have a very dry apartment, so I'm constantly conditioning my bags. But you know, it'll soak up what it needs to soak up, and just kind of like wipe it dry or whatever. And I mean, you can still see the scratches, but it just looks shinier and more like the leather's more moist and not dried out. But yeah, on the inside here is where I noticed most of the wear. But I mean, it's gonna happen. It's unavoidable. It still feels really nice. It still looks nice. It's on the inside of the bag. As far as the material goes, because this is like a cotton silkish material, you know, fabric material. It's held up very nicely. I'm clean with my bags. I try not to get them dirty on the inside. I have no stains, no rips, no tears. Everything looks good. The made in Italy tab there still looks nice. So the inside is beautiful. I think it looks good. Like I said, you're gonna have some wrinkling here, which I've seen on a bunch of other people's bags after use, and the majority of my scratches are in here, and it's fine. It doesn't bother me. Another thing I wanted to know is this ruthenium hardware, because it's aged and has like, you know that antique look, there's like 0 scratches on it. If there was a scratch, you would never be able to tell because of the nature of the type of material. So the hardware looks amazing. It looks excellent. I brought this into work one day, and my girlfriend was like, or coworker, but she's my friend, she was like, damn, that looks brand new. You take really good care of your bags. I said, I do take care of them. Like, I never set them on the floor, but you know, I've taken this out to the bars a bunch of times and it's held up really well. The last time I took it out actually was in a very busy bar and people were bumping into it. So when I got home, I was checking like the corners where someone would walk by and like your purse swings. I hate that. But it was totally fine. It still looks good. The strap has held up very nicely. I also conditioned the strap. Looks really good. No major scratches at all on this. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the wear and tear of this bag. I was nervous when I got it because it was calfskin, and at the time, that's all they had these in. Maybe lambskin too, but they didn't have it in caviar yet. And of course, as always, there's Leo making a debut into my video. Leo, you gonna say hi? There he is. Anyways, but I wanted these big, like these large quilts, and at the time they didn't make it in caviar. Now I've seen the new caviar boy bags in person, and it's a different type of caviar. It's not structured. It's very flat and it's very soft, and therefore the bag looks like it'll lose structure very easily. So I'm actually glad that I didn't wait for a caviar one, especially since the wear and tear on this has been really nice. So I'm very happy. I still think it looks fantastic. I've had it since November of 2014, I believe. I've used it a ton. It still remains to be one of my favorite bags. And I think it's more durable than people think it is, which is a good thing. So I highly recommend calfskin boy bags for anyone out there who is interested. If there was another portion of this review or update that I missed that somebody else would like to know, please feel free to leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks for watching.